Genesis chapter 24, verses 1 to 67. Today we study one of the most beautiful and meaningful chapters in the book of Genesis. Genesis 24 shows us how God works carefully and faithfully in every detail of life, especially in matters that shape the future. Contents. This chapter records how a bride for Isaac was secured by Abraham's servant. Abraham, now old and blessed by the Lord in all things, makes his servant swear an oath. The servant is sent to Abraham's own people to find a wife for Isaac, not from among the Canaanites, but from his kindred. The servant prays for God's guidance. At the well, God answers his prayer precisely. Rebekah appears, showing kindness, humility, and a willing heart. Every step reveals that God himself is directing the journey. Rebekah agrees to leave her family and go with the servant. At the end of the chapter, Isaac receives Rebekah, and she becomes his wife, bringing comfort after the death of his mother Sarah. Characters. The main characters in this chapter are Abraham, his servant Bethuel, Laban, Sarah, and Isaac. Conclusion? This chapter teaches us that God leads in every detail of our lives. When decisions are made according to God's will, guided by his word and by the leading of his servant, the Holy Spirit, they receive his blessing. A marriage that is not according to God's will cannot expect God's blessing. Obedience, prayer, and trust in God's direction are essential. Key word: wife. Genesis 24, verse 4. Strong verses: Genesis 24:27, where the servant praises the Lord for his faithful guidance. Genesis 24:40. Where the servant declares confidence that God's angel will prosper the journey. Striking facts: Abraham represents God the Father, who prepares and plans for the future. Matthew 22:2. The servant represents the Holy Spirit, who does not speak of himself, but guides, testifies, and reveals God's will. John 16:13-14. 1 Corinthians 12:7-11. Rebekah represents the bride of Christ, chosen, called, and willing to follow in faith. Ephesians 5:25-32. Isaac represents the bridegroom who is coming to receive his bride. 1 Thessalonians 4:14-16. Closing thought. Genesis 24 reminds us that God is deeply involved in our lives. When we trust him, pray sincerely, and walk in obedience, he faithfully leads us step by step according to his perfect will. Thanks for your watching.